Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome along to a new project and a new series called Project Racecar Revival. Now you would have seen this car in the back of the majority of my videos. It's been used as a workbench, it's been used as storage, it's been used as a lot. But also, believe it or not, it was used as a race car. I think the last time it was out on track was June 24, so almost 2 years now. And I want to take it out again this year, but there is a lot to do. So let's go over the plan. So I think the plan consists of 4 main points. Number 1 being what's in here, or what's not in here, more to the point. Down the back here, can't really tell from this angle, but we are missing a turbo. That decided to leave the chat in the last race. In my kind of angry state of taking that turbo out, I also ripped out a few other things like some sensors, the charcoal canister, some other bits and bobs. So I've got to sort of do those deletes properly. Also, you know, it'd be rude to fit a standard turbo, right? So we might as well get a nice hybrid in there. And if you're going to do that, you're not going to want to attach it probably to the normal exhaust manifold or the normal downpipe. So let's try and get a nice downpipe, decat, and a nice China fold or some sort of exhaust manifold on the back there. Obviously, after all of that, it's going to need mapping, it's going to need dynos, it's going to need all that stuff as well. So that's probably part 1. Okay, so part 2 relates to the series I used to race in, the classic TT Cup. Now that was effectively a production series where you had standard suspension, standard size brakes, standard everything pretty much. It's pretty much a road car with a roll cage at the moment. So part 2 is going to involve upgrading all of that. So we want decent calipers, we want decent suspension, we want anti-roll bars, we want poly bushes everywhere. Lots of good stuff there. Part 3, I'm saying, is external, which is going to be, as you can see, a paint job, a new livery. I want to get a nice big bonnet vent up there. I want to attach my spoiler back up there. There's a lot to do on the outside to make it look nice and pretty again. And part 4 is what we're going to start on today. And part 4 is weight reduction. We're going to put this car on a diet. You can see there's a lot of extra metal that we don't need in here. If we go inside, you can see I've already taken the dash out, the heater matrix and all that sort of stuff. But that does leave a lot of wires in here. So we're going to attempt to thin this wiring loom out. While we're in here, actually, you can see still got glass windows in here as well. So they're going to be getting swapped out. And then the final thing is probably going to be the Nitro conversion. So that's going to involve a new gearbox, hopefully with a nice LSD. And then obviously whipping out all of the prop, Haldex, rear diff, rear drive shafts, all that kind of stuff. So we keep the benefit of the independent rear suspension and everything that the Quattro comes with, but none of that excess weight. That's going to save us, I think, nearly 80 kilograms. The series that I'll be racing in eventually is still with the Classic VW Cup guys, but it's pretty much a free-for-all on what you can do apart from horsepower per ton. So the lighter I can make this car, the less work I have to do on the engine. And yeah, a lighter car is better for everything, right? Better on your brakes, better on your acceleration, better on everything, better on handling. So let's crack on with some of this weight reduction. Now, the first step of this, other than clearing the actual car out, will be the sound deadening. And you can see that I've started to remove some of it. And actually, if you look at back here, where I kind of finished off, just a heat gun, a scraper, and a bit of glue remover, and it's come up, you know, almost like brand new. So that's what we're going to crack on with today, getting rid of some of that. Once that's out of the way, like I say, we're going to start chopping. We can chop all of this stuff out of here, all of this stuff out of here, all of these kind of bits in here, and then we're also going to gut the doors out as well. Okay, so step one, we've cleaned out the passenger side of the car, and you can see obviously there's still a load of sound deadening everywhere, and it's really horrible stuff. Obviously I took stuff out of the back. I've got a nice bag full of it over here, and you can see it's just disgusting, and it does weigh a fair bit, so I'm keeping it all in a bag, and once it's all out we'll weigh it all to see ultimately if it was worth doing or not. But yeah, I'm going to get you set up on the tripod, heat guns plugged in, ready to go, scrapers over there somewhere, and yeah, we'll see how easy it comes off. I thought about the dry ice method and all these other sorts of methods that you see on YouTube, but ultimately the heat gun and the scraper and then a little bit of a wipe over afterwards seems to work okay. Right then, so heat gun is ready, scraper is ready, max heat. And you see it start to bubble up a little bit. That means it's pretty much ready to just slide off. And the beauty of doing it this way is you can pretty much get them off in quite decent sized chunks. It smells delicious. But yeah, look. So, first section off. So look, you don't want to see all this in real time. I'm going to set you up a little time lapse. We'll get this little bit done and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so there you go. So a few minutes, that bit was done. So I'm just going to crack on now, get some of the awkward bits out, get these bits in here, get the bit where you're standing on, and then we will move to the driver's side. So I thought just before I move positions, I'll just show you how quickly this stuff removes the glue residue. Just give it a little soak and you can literally see it melting away. It's ridiculous. Give it a few seconds. And there you go, first pass. It's pretty much there. I'm going to do a little bit of prep to the inside before I paint it anyway. So a lot of the little bits will just get sanded off at some point, but obviously I could spend a little bit more time, but that's not bad, is it? For a 10-second job. And you know what, why not? Let's just get this last little bit done here. So yeah, not too bad for 10-15 minutes worth of work. And I'd love to know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. What do you reckon the total's going to be? Total weight saved. Is it all going to be pointless? Or is it going to be many kilograms and feel like it was actually worth doing? I'm hoping for the latter, so I'm going to crack on. Okay, so that is the passenger side done. All the back is done. Just the driver's side to go.
Okay, this is it. The last piece. There you go. Whew. That is that. Okay, so that is all of it out. So now the big cleanup begins. Obviously that's what it should look like. That's what it currently does look like. So let's get cleaning. Okay, just like that, we are done. Not looking too bad. It's obviously a little bit more prep to do before we actually paint the inside of the car. But now, for the big question, was it all worth it? How much does it weigh? The last stage, if you wanted to get a perfect finish, as we've got over here, it's just a wire brush attachment on a drill. So if we take a look at this side as an example, you can see, for example, in like the old spot weld divots or any sort of creases, still got a little bit in there. So just get your drill bit. And there you go. So I'll probably just spend an extra few minutes on each section just to make it look as good as I can. Now, before we do this big reveal, first of all, let me say thank you for getting this far in the video. Also, if you want to come along on the journey on the Racecar Revival project, please hit that subscribe button. It will really help me out. And yeah, hit that like button to let me know that you've enjoyed this video. Now, what was your guess for the weight? Okay, the moment of truth. About 3.9 kilograms. So there you go. That answers the question, how much sound deadening is in an Audi TT Mark 1? Just under 4 kilograms. Not terrible. I don't exactly think I'm going to feel much of a difference, but let's do that another 10 times and we'll start making a bit of a difference. So that's going to do us for today, guys. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.